This one on the next one. You watch the minute. Watch from 149.
Yeah.
Yes, are you looking for votes or academic qualification? Go and get the man.
Are you sure?
We can to apply it, but when somebody dies, they renominate, they rerun. No, no, the rest does not. You are candidate, you may decide. Even if you get to the so are you saying that they can try to be so that I'm opposed? No, so we are not after a look at it. We are 5 years. If you were. Yeah, that's the fresh nomination. You can research about it. Because there was no crime. Because the day when they called for them, we didn't show up. We are talking about events after nomination. That this qualification in the call for every nomination. Because for us, we are not. When you remove, we shall I am really both political. No, yes. You don't know what I am doing. As a lot of political value. You mean, I mean, the day when you go around, what the other one is. Those who are NRM. Honorary.
But he's independent.
Independent, but NRM. Now what? What about so? You know, so they just books. So now they help. That she was such a good person.
And I don't always go with only as like
She was a good child. Now, like those kids. No, I know. I know what he will give. He doesn't give now. He don't need. But he surrendered.
Was initially when he came from this is the big boss.
Saying this is our that is even if you didn't tell,
He cannot. The daughter.
support. But I'm not saying how you can make it.
oh, me. No.
How many years me for my
I got a large attack. So my eyes are. I need to, but you also have a similar problem. No, me too. Like, I'm not ready. So I would start appointment here and register me. No, I'm okay. But it's not really training.
So if somebody has
Can I have
Even more. When you take a book, you use 5 years. Nobody has ever found anything against
another one. And all of them are all the politicians. Somebody says give them even Russia. That is the problem. It was a teacher before. But all of these and if somebody there will just takes money because since you knew in order to get the bachelor's and she got it in a master's. But she has a master's in international human relations. International relations diplomacy. So as you see earlier, she's a French diplomat from Mumbai University.
But also the other thing for me, which I
For me, for that, I don't support. I don't also support.
That is your rosary. When the Pope died, he was the representative. In the morning, oh, I just wanted to go.
then we questioned that what he professes is not what he manifests.
He does to the contrary.
We were just joking about
We are just joking and we are not even on record. We are just. I hope he succeeds in my own goal. We should have. Please, my lord. Representation of the parties is as of yesterday, save for watching brief. Today we have Mr. Ayerosbo Edgar. My lord, all the accused are present in court, with A1 appearing from the Zero Women Prison, and the 4 are in court present. Our sisters are also in court. Today we come for the examination, my lord, of PW23. Miss Viviana, I would like you to clarify for us a few things that came up in the process examination, and you were asked by counsel as to whether you had provided information or evidence to show that A1 knew how to operate a gun. And your response was no. In your investigations, did you gather any evidence um, that shows that A1 was actually incapable of operating the gun?
No, my lord. I did not get any information. That A1 is not a Katanga was incapable of operating firearm. To the contrary, there was evidence that she's a firearms dealer, trading under company.
Yeah, maybe just if that will suffice.
We object. What do we know about that? Are you a witness yourself, madam? That did it come out in the cross-examination? Question that was asked was whether she had any evidence shown that anyone knew how to operate the gun. And the answer was no. There's nothing unclear about that. Absolutely nothing unclear about that. You are now asking her to talk about A1's life in other things. That did not come because of the should be expanded.
I've stopped that. I did not conduct any information. I did not conduct any investigation to prove that A1 was incapable of operating. But I did not come across any information that A1 was incapable of operating.
My lord, there is more that she added. Yes.
That's what we are objecting to.
I know, and it came up during cross-examination, my lord.
What?
Please add.
No, what came
You
up
said
in the
you-
investigation during cross-examination? The part of the trading
Yes.
in arms
Yes.
during cross-examination.
Yes.
No.
And she even mentioned it.
No.
But we can leave it at that. It will still come up.
When? You can't
All
avoid
right.
it.
Uh, while you testified, you told court that when one shoots, the cartridge falls on the left, but in cross-examination, you clarified that when one shoots, indeed the cartridge falls on the right. And from the video that was played here, it was claimed that the bullets, the cartridges were not falling on the right. So I want you to clarify on what you mean that the cartridges fall on the right.
My lord, I want to emphasize that during firing, the cartridges will always fall on the right. Even those that pass over the head and at the right hand of the shooter, as we saw in the video was played here.
I'm requesting for prosecution exhibit 103. B, you were shown prosecution exhibit 103. One zero three, B, my lord, is what I'm referring to, the admission form for A1 at IHK. You were shown that document, that is the admission form, and on the part that is supposed to have weight, it is indicated that could not stand. You see there. Are you in position to explain what motivated the writer of that document to indicate in the section of weight that Molly could not stand?
My lord, I'm not in position to explain what motivated the author indicates the section of weight cannot stand.
Are you therefore in a position to confirm whether that statement is correct or not?
My lord, I cannot confirm whether this statement is correct
My Lord,
or
if
not.
I may, we are cautioned about asking about documents which are not us, which has no connection. Now being asked to explain the document which is not hers and the motives of the writer. I believe it has no knowledge whatsoever. Document is
My lord, I wouldn't have asked clarification if it did not come up during cross examination. In fact, Mr. Tumweva has provided that document to her, told her to read and made insinuations, and it is on that fact that we need her to clarify. Because she cannot.
It came up in cross examination.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And Mr. Kariga, who is objecting, was not the one who asked this question. So allow me to clarify.
no. I
Okay.
told you it is a team, and it is already on this on the record of the court. Witness cannot be asked a document over which he has no knowledge. Not a document from a hospital, self-explanatory, therefore, cannot even go there.
But these issues came up in cross examination.
My lord, the only basis of objection he can have is if it never rose in cross examination. But for the fact that it came up in cross examination, we have a right to re-examine, and we cannot say. So I will proceed, my lord. I hope, my lord, you took the answer that she took.
That you cannot confirm.
Yes.
Whether the statement is
Even
correct.
Whether the
even
statement
the
is
one
correct.
motivation, she doesn't.
Yes. So we'll continue, Viviana. In cross-examination, you did indicate to court that you did not recover any exhibits. And earlier you had told us that you and your team, you recovered exhibits. So we would like you to clarify on who did the recovery of exhibits in this particular case.
My lord, in this case, all exhibits were recovered by the stockholders.
Also, you were asked in cross-examination about a number of things that you testified about that were not included in your statement. There were quite a number of them. We would like you to explain to court why some of those details were not included in your statement.
My lord, in the course of investigation, there are so many things that I see, I observe, and do. Practically, not possible to capture all those details. Statement. Police statements contain some of the highlights, but not exhaustive of what I do, what I see, and observe in the course of investigation. But I do confirm that whatever I stated in my testimony on oath is a true reflection of what I did, observed, and saw in the course of my investigation.
You were also asked questions during cross-examination about what time told you before he recorded his statement about the deceased being a retired colonel, and as to whether you put it to him when he was recording his statement, and your response was that it was not necessary. So we want you to clarify to us why you did not find it necessary to put that fact to him.
My lord, It's because we had already established an investigation that the deceased was not a retired colonel of the UPDF, and that what Otai had told us was a lie.
You were also asked as to why you did not put to Otai the different versions he had told you at the time you were doing the scene reconstruction. The versions he had told you about what happened at the scene reconstruction. The response was that it was not necessary. So I would like you to explain to us why you did not find it necessary to put those questions to him during the scene reconstruction.
My Lord, during scene reconstruction, we try as much as possible to leave the accused have his natural story flow. That is why I didn't have to confront him with all his previous statements.
Question for Soko report. But I can let me use what I have. I have anything to get it.
Okay, you can use you.
I can use ours. My somebody can use it. But this one for report. if Jet trusts me. In cross-examination, I made reference to page 5 of this report and figure 12, the picture figure 12. The questions were asked to you relating to that picture. By looking at that picture, would you be in position to know or tell at what stage the SOCO took that picture?
Oh my word.
My lord, in re-examination, we are seeking clarification.
It's not a leading question.
Leading question.
suggested an answer.
But I need an answer.
You have to answer your question.
But if you say, were you able to tell?
Yeah, I will say, I will suggest.
Yes or no?
So it's yes or no?
That's a leading question. That's leading.
But in relation to the question,
Yeah.
there is she's making it to the question.
Yes, my lord, we are most obliged. So kindly, Viviana, would you?
Oh my lord, I'm not in position to tell at what stage this photo was taken. But what I can confirm is that by the time we arrived at the master bedroom, the gun was still on the bed. With its identifier mark. And there are other photos to that.
Okay. Meaning that, Vivian. Okay. You were asked, you were shown here performance report. You recall the performance report of the Directorate of Forensic Services, which has already been tendered in court as Defense Exhibit 7, my lord. That's what I'm referring to. So there are a few questions I want you to clarify. First of all, do you have any information about that document?
Oh my lord, I've never had any information about that document.
P7. Yes. If you look at this document, were you party to the making of that document?
Oh my lord, I was not a party to the making of this document.
To which police directorate does that report belong?
My lord, this report belongs to the Directorate of Forensic Services.
Do you belong to the Directorate of Forensic Science?
No, my lord, I don't belong to the Directorate of Forensic Services, but rather I belong to the Directorate of Criminal Investigation.
Thank you. In your cross-examination, counsel asked you questions and also made reference to your statement that you recorded where you indicated that samples were collected from A1. Would like you to clarify what samples were collected from A1 at RHK.
My lord, the samples which were collected from IHK were swabs, organ shot residue, swabs for DNA.
And probably who collected these particular samples, swabs?
My lord, those samples were collected by SOCO, Birungi.
Was this done in your presence in the room where the samples were collected from?
Oh, my lord, they were not collected in my presence.
So in your statement, when you made reference to recovery, you said you and your team recovered clothes. Who were you referring to?
My lord, I was referring to myself as the team leader and the officer who did the actual recovery, that is SOCO Birungi, who recovered the 2 bed sheets, the dress.
Okay. You were shown a chart here to record, a big chart.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, you can be completing.
Tukyatera hano aito mubitaito kyatugambira olwoosa heno ekiteeteeyi kyatugambira wasaaha eno tulina amawuula gagamba nti atatunge okumanyisibwa kwona nti Mole Katanga takusobola kukozesa ekyokulwanyisa nk'emmundu kandi ataba ekintu kyona ekikoleka nti mazima ko takusobola we obwakaba nakaguliriza ebintu bino byona kandi akwongera kugumya nti mazima ko amasasi obugaba galasirwe ebisigalira ebisansagolo bigwa mukono ogwo obulyo mu mulimu ogwona otairemu n'ago amasasi agakuba nigaraba haiguru ha mutwe ng'okutwayolekerwe ebisisani enyuma haabo kandi tali takusobola kwetegereza habwaki omuhandiiki w'ekihandiiko ekyahandiikirwe eky'eirwaro yahandiikire omu kacweka akakakoleka okulemererwa kw'omuntu yahandiikamu takusobola kwemeera kandi takusobola kumanya ekihandiiko kino kirabako kiri kyamazima. Omu bizibiti byona ebyatungirwe bikatungwa omukulu akaba nakuura ekicweka ekyo ebicweka aba nakuura ebicweka ebyo babikoleirwe emisango eba nibyetegerezebwa hanyumaho nkuwona nti omukwetegereza mukukaguliriza kuno bintu bingi ebyarozere kandi ebyakozere kandi mu bwikire bwa polisi tokusobola kuhandiika kikiri kyangu muno okuhandiika buli kyorozere kandi buli kyokozere na buli ekyo byetegereize oba n'okaguliriza. Ekihandiiko kibakore kya polisi kibamu ebintu bingi gali mazima baitu hatali buli kimu kyona ekiba kirozerwe rundi kikozerwe rundi kyetegerezeibwe kyonka akwongera kugumya nti ebintu byona ebyabalize oba amazire okurahira nibyo yarozere nibyo yakozere kandi nibyo yetegereize wakaba nakora okuseruliriza kuno ha musango guno kandi nti habwokuba akamazira kwetegereza nti Henry Katanga akaba atali mukikale ekyo ekyomunyamahe wamahe geihanga lino niyo nsonga habwaki otayi batamukagulize ebyakaba abagambire hanyumaho okuba kikaba kitutereira nti akaba abagambire ebisuba kandi bagaruka mu kwetegereza ekicweka kino abandi bagaruka mu kwetegereza ekicweka hari omusango guba gukoleirwe bamulekere omunyegerwa bamulekere n'oruganiryo rwe nirubata nk'okwarumanyire nk'okwaikaire arumanyire nikyo batagarukemu okumwolekya rundi okumugaarayo hari ekihandiiko kyabaire kozere ono otayi obakaba mukwetegereza ekicweka kino kale eno nti talina obukugu obusobola kutugambira ki hari ebisisani ebyateirwe ebisisani bitolekeibwe nebyamolekeibwe ebyabaire hari ebintu ebyabaire omu kisiiko omu batahiremu kyonka akugumya nti obwire bwaikiremu omu kisiiko omwo emundu ekaba eri ha kitabu kandi eroho emanyikirizo yayo bakaba bagihaire kandi hariho n'ebisisani ebindi ebyateirwe ebisobola kugumya nsonga egyo kandi ekindi nti atatunge mahuure agakwata hari ekihandiiko ekyabetegereza emibiri y'abafu oba nibakaguliriza kandi ekihandiiko kino atabemu obakaba nibakikora kandi nekindi we takora mu kitongole ekyo ekya poliisi okuyawo ekitongole kye kiri ekitongole ekigabuliriza kali emisango. Pakatunga ebintu ebimu okuruga hali muri hairwaro ahali ebikumukwataho abatunga ebintu ebimu ebyokukebera ebikebera obuhangwa bw'omuntu ekyeserwe nka DNA mu rujungu oba akaba bali hairwaro kandi bino byona bikatungwa omukuru akaba nakura ekicweka ekiraro kukoleire omusango omukyara birungi kandi akaba takubikora omu maiso ge kuyaho akaba ali mu kikareke kyonka atali mukasiika henyini hali babaire obwakuba natugamba nti uwe nekitebe kye akuba namanyisa nti uwe nkomukuru akaba nakura okukaguliriza kuno n'abakozi abandi abakaba nakora nabo halimu omukyara birungi ayazoire amasuuka ag'okwesweka abiri n'ekiteeteeyi okuruga hali muri Katanga.
So I was asking you about this chart that you were shown by counsel in the first examination. And that chart has no record of you visiting IHK on the 3rd of November 2023. First, I want you to clarify, did you visit IHK on the 3rd of November 2023?
My Lord, on the 3rd of November 2023, I did visit IHK, the team.
And what had you gone to do there?
My Lord, we went there with an intention, interview, A1, for us to establish what had transpired in their home on the 2nd.
Would you therefore have an explanation as to why your name is not indicated on that chart?
My
As the
Lord,
visitor.
I was not responsible for filling this chart, and therefore I cannot explain why my visit was not included in this chart.
And when you look at that chart, you looked at it, does it indicate details of the people who visited that person?
My Lord, this chart is showing patients' progressive reports and not the visitor's chart. So it's the patient's chart and not the visitor's chart.
if I recall it, I think the only question which came from that chat was about the time, I think, 1,600 hours.
I know that she will know whether
No, saying the first visit to the patient came from her family at a particular time. So I don't know if these particular questions are arising from that process. Or if they are listing new information.
My lord,
Because the question which I recall was very specific. It was that particular chart at 1,600 hours, it says patient was visited by her family members and she was asked if there's any other indication of another visitor there. That is my understanding of this question. Unless maybe my grandparent can help clear that.
my lord, the questions that came were actually that her name does not appear on that chart, and she was supposed to explain why her name was actually not on that chart, if indeed she visited. And we are done with that question, my lord.
I was trying to find a record.
We are done with that. So I can continue? Okay.
Anyway, you got the objection.
No. With the
No, we don't.
Okay, my lord, if we may continue. Miss Bibiana, Council Jet asked you questions about the money that was picked from a green bag. And the insinuation was that you stole the money and the bag, and you were asked to provide evidence. What do you have to say about that insinuation?
My lord, I already provided the document to this court showing that the money was signed for by a family member and also that the bag was taken to A1 by Martha, and I provided a photograph.
Council Kabega asked you questions about police statements. Police statements, and your response was that police statements are partly inaccurate. So would like you to clarify on what you meant when you say that some statements are partly inaccurate.
My lord,
I don't want to interrupt my analysis. I believe the rules of re-examination matters which when she says some of the matters natural, what is unclear there to clarify? Asking my lord. Yes.
Police statements are partly inaccurate.
Yes.
So what is
Explain the
clear
inaccuracy
about
Yes.
that?
and what is
Must oblige, my lord.
Mr. Kabega.
And my lord, and my lord, just on a lighter note, my determine what is clear and what is not clear. It's now our case. I think we are happy, my lord, that you've given us an opportunity to clarify. Kindly, please, Ms. Viviana, clarify on what you meant.
my lord, when I'm recording a statement of an accused person, they choose what to tell me, and what not to tell me. And in that process, I cannot confront them over such a statement and cannot conclude that it is an accurate statement. But as an investigator, when I am making my statement or that of a witness, must be accurate as per what I have seen, what I have observed, what I did.
Okay. I'll take you back to IHK. You asked also questions about the ladder that was at the hospital, where you had indicated that that ladder was put there to facilitate the escape of A1. However, counsel said that because it was not included in your statement, it was your own concoction. Um, what do you have to say about that insinuation?
My lord, was not my own concoction. The ladder was physically there, and I saw it when I had gone to deploy officers for the night shift. The allegation by the hospital
My lord, the intelligence was to her escaping, but with regard to the ladder, she saw it.
Now she's green. Now she's green.
The window.
The red bladder, which had been placed next to the room where Mrs. Katanga was, it was out. It was outside the room. Um, I testified that I got intelligence and Mrs. I testified that I got intelligence that Mrs. Katanga had planned to escape from the hospital and that a ladder had been placed near her window. I did not state that in my as forwarding the file to the DPP. I did not also recommend that she be charged with attempting to escape. I have statements from many officers who are with me in the investigation of this case. From those many officers, there is not a single one who states that Mrs. Katanga was planning to escape. the alleged ladder placed next to the room where Mrs. Katanga was. It was outside the room. We did not take a photo of this ladder from outside. It is not true that the allegation of the ladder is a
So I want her to clarify.
You see now, my lord,
no.
she's saying
The
that the
alleged
ladder
ladder.
is inside.
No, she didn't say it was inside. Outside. Yes.
Yes.
But
Now.
but you see, if she says the alleged ladder
Was
had been placed next to the room where Mrs. Katanga was, it's not valid. It was outside there. So if she's sick of it, no, she
So she got the information.
No.
yes, she got the information from intelligence.
About
But now,
escape.
did she see?
Now she's claiming she saw.
Because here she said that it's not clear here whether she saw. So let's have give clarification.
We are most obliged, my lord. So we want you to clarify. You see this ladder?
My lord, it's not my own concoction. The ladder was physically there.
You see this ladder?
I saw the ladder. It was physically there. When I had gone to deploy the officers for night shift. The allegation of the hospital of renovation,
Put that in the right.
But innovation came.
Not in course.
It was.
It's
my
not
lord.
there.
Not in
Because
course.
just a moment.
Simple.
Just a few minutes.
My lord, the insinuation actually was that she was just concocting this story, and she is offering her explanation and clarification why she believes this was not a concoction, but it was an actual fact. And in fact, Mr. Tomorrow also asked about this latter issue.
I'm not saying anything about innovation.
It's okay, my lord. I can leave that. I'll go to my next point. Okay. Please.
Thank you. Ebyo okwezi bisatu okwezi kwenda ku mwaka 2023 omukyala Bibiana akabunde eddwaliro eryo ali bakaba bahaire mmole ekitabo n'ekitebe ky'enkoko abaire gatugambire bakagenda ekigendererwa kikaba kiri ngu basobole okumukaguza okwetegereza kiki ekyabaireho omu maka gaabo ebyo byokwezi 2 okw'ekumi omwaka 2023 kandi kino ekipande ekigambirwaho ekitabairemu ebibala ekitabairaho ekitukyali kikoleka nti akabayo hairwa ekyo atugambire nti buli bujunaanyizibwa bwe okujuza mu ohabaireho n'ohatabaireho olundi okujuza mu byona ebikwetaagisa nahabwekyo tamanyire habwaki batamuhandiikiremu bakitanda ekikuru kya byona nti ekipande kino kikwoleka obwomeezi bw'omulwaire nk'okuba obuvanyirubata obw'abalwaire baba bahaire ebitabo hairwaro eryo nabwo nti kikiri kyabagenyi kandi enyumaho akahaire olukalo lw'amateeka luno ekihandiiko ekikwoleka nti esente zamukaguziibwe nti hariho omuntu omu ow'amaka gano oba abahaire yazitunga kandi alina olupapula yateekaho omukono gwe omu bigufu esente zino yazitwara kandi n'ensaho egambibwaho nayo ensaho ya mukono ekatwalibwa hali mukamuwayo mole netwalibwa mata mu irwaro babimuheereza kandi nti nebisani ebikwoleka obwakaisi obwo nabyo biroho omu kuhandiika ebihandiiko bya poliisi okuruga hali abantu abanyegererwa baba baina obusobozi okucwamu byokubagambira nebibatabagambire kandi tibabahambiriza okubaza ebatakwenda kubaza oba bani bakaguliriza baitu kandi hati uwe wenyine bwaba nahandiika ekihandiiko ekye inakuba kiikire kandi kiterekereire obo nikyoleka ebyarozere nebyakozere kandi nebyayetegereize nikyo kikumanyisa nti obundi biba bihikire obundi biba bitahikire kandi amazima ko hairwaro eryo eidaara likabaho eryabe liteirwe hadirisa eyekisiika ekyamule kyabairemu kandi habaho okuteberezebwa nti bikaba niyenda akozesebwa asobole kutoroka ekiro ekyo nti eidaara lino lyo akarirora nk'omuntu likabayo mu buntu kandi yalirora akarirora agire kutwarayo abasirikale abakaba baina kulinda okulaba omu kiro ekyo.
Ms. Bibiana, during cross-examination, we also asked questions relating to the 17 rounds of ammunition that was recovered in one of the rooms at the Katanga residence. And you were asked in reference to prosecution exhibit 107A as to whether you obtained any information relating to those rounds, and you said you did.
Was licensed to have at least at the time of his death. That was my understanding. What they're asking now is whether she inquired about the 17 rounds of ammunition that she found in the house. Those to me, I think, are two.
Relation to that letter, whether number
From the letter. So you disagree with what
And my lord, she answered that it was under any other.
My lord, if I may, was when you wrote that letter, Commissioner, Private Security and Firearms, remember, you deliberately did not ask how many rounds of ammunition were held by the letter. That was the question.
I wrote to the Commissioner of Private Firearms to confirm what I have put in the records, and he replied confirming that the deceased purchased that same. If the letter and the response are shown here, I can address it to the IGP, attention private firearms. Next document.
My lord, if it can make them comfortable, I can rephrase. I can rephrase.
he says he has.
Probably according to what Mr. Karega says he asked. Yeah. I can rephrase.
Let me finish this because it might come up again. The letter to IGP, attention Commissioner of Private Firearms, written by me. By that date, the box had already been recovered. It is not true that when I wrote the letter to the Commissioner of Private Firearms, I deliberately did not ask how many rounds of ammunition in the Katanga. That is covered in any other. Any other.
Yes. So, what I would like you to clarify is what information did you receive relating to ammunition that the deceased was supposed to hold?
My lord,
That really what doesn't arise?
No. Yeah,
I
Mr.
think the
Karega.
question was limited to what she asked
And she
In the letter,
in the letter.
Is it about her
And what
deliberately leaving?
Yes, the
It is
question
not
is,
true that when I think the question was, did you deliberately?
Yes.
It was that the question. And
Yes.
the response. Not true that when I wrote the letter to the Commissioner of Private Firearms, I deliberately did not ask him how many rounds of ammunition in the Katanga held. That is covered in any other.
yes.
so, and the clarification I am seeking from you, Viviana, which information did you receive relating to that? Because you were being accused of not requesting for the
That is
information.
covered in any other information.
So
my lord, we didn't cover that, we didn't canvas that information.
So,
Cannot go there.
So you asked whether she deliberately did not ask how many
Yes.
rounds of ammunition. And then she said, her response was, it is not that she deliberately did not ask. That is covered in any other information.
and my lord, she even continued and said, do you have any information? And she said, yes, I did.
My lord, that is in the letter itself any other information, not other information from other places.
So in any other
Because
information,
that is contained in that letter which she wrote.
so I think you went on to ask something and the response was, in any other information, information on the weapon and its owner is captured.
Yes. And that is where I want her to show us where that
Any other
information
information on
is
the weapon
captured.
and its owner.
Yes. My Lord, and that is the crux
You're
of my
asking her
information.
about that other information.
Yes, where is it contained? Because she said she received the information. Yes, Vivian.
My Lord,
You see,
the Commissioner of
Lord,
Private.
Is
before she
any other
answered,
information on that form?
Yes. And my Lord, I am
see,
just on that form. And the
just a
reason why
minute,
I'm doing
please,
so.
please, I'm objecting.
No.
I wrote this letter written by her. This is what she says. This office is investigating an alleged case of murder on Katanga area by use of firearm with a pistol. It is suspected that pistol number that was used. The purpose of this communication is to request you to cross-check your records and avail us with the following information saying in our to assist in our investigation. Bullet 1. Whether the pistol above belongs to Uganda Police Force, private firearm. Whether no, who was issued and when. Any other relevant.
Any other information?
I wrote, I did not proceed past her by any other relevant.
You asked, the question, I didn't record your question, but after that, the response I captured is, in any other information, information on the weapon and its owner is captured. That was what I captured. So there must have been a question. My response was, in any other information on the weapon and its owner is captured.
And my
So
Lord.
what is that other information that is captured? And is that
Exactly.
information on that form?
Yes, that is what we are seeking to clarify. Because he only stopped at 107A, and this is contained on B and C, which are already exhibits in this book. So let her clarify.
See, my Lord, in this record of hers, there was no specific request regarding the 17 rounds.
And for you, you say
So-
it is not about.
Therefore, cannot now talk about any other information.
But she said that I deliberately, it is not true that I deliberately did not ask about how many rounds of ammunition Henry Katanga had. That is covered in any other information. In any other information, I think you asked the question, what is covered in, and then her response was, in any other information on the weapon and its owner is captured. And that is the other information you asked.
Yes, my Lord. You have got me very well, my Lord, and I'm most obliged.
Allowed, therefore allowed to then traverse what other documents are there outside of that letter, because the cross-examination seems limited to that letter.
But any other information on that form, where is that information captured? If there's any other information provided that relates to that question, I think it is in order for her to clarify. Well, any other information on the gun and its owner. If it can be proved that that other information was obtained as a result of this, any other information.
Most obliged. So, Miss Bibiana, the information you received relating to the weapon and ownership, where is it contained?
My Lord, The Commissioner of Private Firearm provided us with permit to purchase. In this permit, Mr. Henry Katanga
Permit is 107. C.
Which?
Which permit to purchase?
permit to purchase.
Yes.
In this permit,
The defense is asking the date.
No,
They have
they have the information.
Correct answer. Dated.
the general.
this is only indicating the date when it was purchased.
Yes.
22nd June 2012. So in this permit,
Date of purchase.
Yes.
in this permit, Mr. Henry Katanga was authorized 15 rounds of live ammunition.
And that permit is in respect of that.
Yes, my lord.
Thank you. I know it is part of the exhibit 107. It was 107. Okay. Council also asked you a question relating to your evidence that the bullet that killed the deceased has gone missing. Probably would like you to clarify why you believe that. Let me rephrase the question. Council asked you questions relating to the bullet that where you had indicated that it went missing, and you said that you believe that it had gone missing. Also insinuated that that was an afterthought, and that it was your own concoction. We would like you to give us an explanation as to why you believe it is not just a concoction.
My lord, it is not my own concoction. When we arrived at the scene on the 2nd of November 2023 at the master bedroom, we found it had been cleaned with some of the bullets collected together and placed on the bed by a manure.
Cleaned and placed the bullets on the bed.
Yes, ma'am.
Some of the bullets, my lord, that's what I have captured. Maybe you can, how you came to know that they were placed on the bed by an engine.
This is a responsible question about a concoction.
Can find whether it came up. Did it come up in
I think
examination?
she's saying that the question which is re-examining her on is that her argument is an afterthought. I believe that there was another bullet is an afterthought.
And she's saying it is not an afterthought and it was not her concoction because when they arrived at the scene on 2nd November at the master bedroom, they found that it had been cleaned with some of the bullets collected together and placed
That answer, my lord, is new information. Because she had a chance to say that in cross-examination. Yes. She can't use these questions to.
Why is it not an after? And she's explaining why it is not an after.
Yes, my lord.
New evidence that did not arise.
No, my
And
lord.
that we do not have an opportunity to.
My lord, it is not new. Even Mr. Karuhanga knows it. He has talked to his clients. So,
Do you want us to find?
Yes,
I'm happy to look for that.
yes.
My lord, yes. A part of concoction.
it is there. The part of the concoction. So the explanation is what she's offering you.
Because my lord, there's no dispute about what's on the record. The question, my learned friend did say that what she's saying is a concoction. Because it was not in her statement. Yes. Yes. He said it's an afterthought because it's not in her statement. That there is a missing bullet. Now, the clarification which my learned friends are seeking is eliciting new evidence.
My lord, the witness, while testifying during cross-examination, she was accused of concocting information and also that whatever she had told court about the missing bullet was an afterthought. So the clarification we want to seek from her is why she believes it is not an afterthought, neither is it a concoction. And her response, my lord, fits the clarification we seek.
I don't know the reason we're calling it. It's the first time we heard from the bullet that killed Katanga is missing.
That is why she should clarify,
And
Mr.
she should only
Tumwena.
clarify about the missing bullets, not the bullets which are present and who put them there. Because those ones are present. Her allegation is that there was a missing bullet that killed Katanga. It's the first time we heard about
He has a problem with Amalia putting them there when he himself said that he put
I
them
was
there.
during my cross. I reported to her that allegation is a concoction because it doesn't appear anywhere in her police. Say
And
yes,
she's explaining
That's
why
it.
it's not a concoction.
can only explain why it doesn't appear there, not that.
No.
Yes, yes, precisely. Yes. But she can't tell us new matters, and I believe that it is not.
Supposed to say it in cross-examination when you are putting it to her.
Narrative of the SOCO report, there is mention of the second project I will listen. Other than mentioning SOCO in this report states that all exhibits of education practically were recovered and submitted for forensic examination. What is contained in the SOCO report is what is found on the crime scene, not what is missing. According to the SOCO report, there was one project, one practice, all. SOCO took photos of the items found on the bed. The bullet that killed the deceased, together with the team, when we did the preliminary search, we were doing a search for all the people. We did not find that bullet. I did not write anyone about that missing bullet. Just because I did not tell anyone about the missing bullet, the issue of the killer bullet is not an after. Not put in my statement anything about it.
So, my lord, it was clearly put to her that it was an afterthought. So she needs to clarify as to why she believes.
It's not an after.
Exactly.
An afterthought, an afterthought. So
Yes.
she's explaining why
It is not an
it's not an
afterthought
afterthought
and
it's
a
not
concoction. Yes, my lord.
She's defending herself against the allegation of
Yes.
her having concocted.
Yes, my lord.
Let her, that was-
Oh, yes, change.
See,
let her,
my lord, it is not a question of her trying to defend herself.
My lord, this was an accusation against her.
Um, was very categorical. Not a concoction. Now, what is unclear about that? We explain.
no, but it is not a
But this is the
concoction. Why is it not a concoction? How else can she explain her basis of it not being a concoction? Put it to her that it is a concoction. She's explaining why.
Yes, my lord, I didn't go beyond what she said.
But she needs to explain why it is not a concoction. Because you put it to her that it is a concoction.
Yes,
And
and
after
she
all-
said
And then
no.
after,
No, it is not.
so why is it not
She doesn't have to go there
Why
because
doesn't-
my
why
lord,
doesn't
the
she
answer
have-
is very clear.
why doesn't
If
she have
the
to
answer
go-
was ambiguous, yes, she could. But this is a very clear answer. It's not a concoction. And I didn't follow it up.
My lord,
It was not an afterthought and it was not.
my lord, we
my
believe
fault.
that our witness was being accused of forging things, which we would want her to clarify as to why she believes that it was not a concoction, neither is it a fabrication. And if you may recall, Mr. Kabeda just put it to her. So she never got an opportunity to explain. And re-examination offers her, yes, this is the opportunity now that she has to explain. No.
I think she can give an explanation
Yes,
for why
my
she
lord.
thinks
Recording in progress.
it's not an afterthought.
Much obliged.
But perhaps bringing in by a Manide,
Yeah.
let's just look at why she thinks.
Oh.
But without bringing in that is placed there.
But it is
You
a
can
fact
say
that
what
is
she
already
found.
on. Okay. My lord.
My lord, it's not my own concoction, because by the time we arrived at the scene, at the master bedroom, we found the room had already been cleaned with some of the bullets placed on the bed.
All right. Council also asked you a question as to whether you picked fingerprints, whether fingerprints were taken from the deceased, and you said you did not pick fingerprints. I want you to clarify why you never picked fingerprints from the deceased.
My Lord, while at the scene, I and my team opted to use DNA for comparison with the weapon, and therefore there was no need for us to pick these fingerprints. Also, my Lord, the objective of picking fingerprints from a deceased person is to check on their criminal record. And in this case, there was no need since the person had already died. Sometimes, my Lord, fingerprints from deceased persons are picked to assist identify their relatives if the body is not identified. But in this case, the deceased had relatives who had identified him.
Okay. Um, you were also, during cross-examination, you were told that maybe, if I may rephrase, you had earlier told court that you had visited the Katanga residence and then you went to IHK to attend to other duties. But uh, counsel was insinuating that you never left this home at all on that day. So we would like you to clarify on that day, did you exit the Katanga residence?
My Lord, on the 2nd November 2023, I and my team exited the Katanga home, proceeded to IHK, where we arrived at about 1400 hours and continued with other investigation.
A video was played here, and I would like IT to help me play it. It was on camera D4. Yeah. Can have it like D4, the particular clip ends with
This one, you can check the one we captured.
611. My lord can be interpreting.
tugenda era gebisani tukwenda kulola akabaho ebbaluwa ehandiikirwe omukulu akulwa ebyokulwanyisa eby'abantu aba buli kiro nibasaba okubaho amakulu agakugambira ekitongole kino obutawunisero za musango guno kandi akahereza ekihandiiko ekikwoleka ekitabanyikiha Munyoro Katanga obusobozi obwogura ekyokulwanyisa kino ebiro by'okwezi 22 okwezi kw'omukaaga omwaka gwa 2012. Omukihandiiko kino Munyoro Henry akaba nayikirizibwa okuba n'amasasi 15 gonka kandi kigambibwa nti ebintu bimu by'omukyalako nga talina kugambira nti gali mazima ayongeire yagumya nti gali mazima tibiri bintu ebyateekereza buteekereza baitu gali mazima. Ekiro ekyo oba ekiro ekyo ekiro kya 2 kwezi 11 oba ekiro mu kisiika kya mukaago bakasanga
Let me have the phone so that I verify.
bakasanga nti hakaba habairemu okusemeza ekisiika omwo n'amasasi agamu gasolozeibwe gateirwe akitabo bakaba bali mu kiweka ekyo gali mazima bataliho ebimanyikirizo ha mutumbi gw'omugenzi habwokuba bakalora nti kibahikiriire okozesa ebyobuhangwa bw'omuntu okukira engalo kandi nikwonu nti kiteetagise kukola ekyo kandi nti ekigendererwa ky'okutunga emanyikirizo ha mutumbi gw'omuntu obundi kiba kuseruliriza misango y'omugenzi aizire n'akola baitu kandi mu mulingo guno omugenzi akaba afiire era kikaba kitakwetaagiza nti obundi bakikola obaba nibeetaaga okumanya omutumbi gwoha kakuba habaloho hataloho ab'enganda baitu kandi hano ab'enganda bakaba baloho kandi bamazireira omutumbi okumanya nokumanyisa nti mutumbi Munyoro Henry Katanga. Ekiro kino ekiro kya 2 eky'okwezi 11 omwaka 2023 uwe n'ekitebe kye gali mazima amakaago bakalugamu esaaha zikaba 8 bakalugamu bagenda hairo eryo lya IHK hali bahikire esaaha 8 gwa musana basobole kweyongerayo okukaguliriza ebintu ebindi ebyokaba nibeetaaga kumanya.
We would like you to probably towards the end, we would not want to sit and watch the whole of it. Just take us towards the end. Maybe make it a little ahead. We would like you to take us to the very end. We would like to know what time that particular clip ends. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this one is good. 36. Yes. So Miss Viviana would like you to tell us what time does this particular clip end.
My lord, from that time it is 36.
36. And then how many seconds are those?
08.
8. Okay. Goes up to 10.
10.
10. So does this particular clip cover events from 1:36 probably to 2 p.m.?
Oh my lord.
So by watching this clip only, can one therefore conclude that you never left the Katanga house?
Oh my lord.
I am requesting you to play next,
The
which,
one which follows.
the one which follows now, which starts from 13:36 something. That one.
That one.
Yes. Please take us to 1 139. 13:39. Yeah. Yes. Just a minute. Miss Viviana, I request you to be observant of the time. We have reached 139. Just a minute. You notice a peculiar there?
Yes, my lord.
What do you notice? From 139,
If it was
maybe if you go back, it skips to 1345.
yes,
From 139.
Yes, we can get the actual second. 139. From 42, it skips.
39.
So please tell us, it skips from what point?
it keeps from 13, 39,
From 13,
39,
yes,
with around 41, 42 seconds,
yes,
to 13, 13:45, with 36 seconds.
So it skips from 1339, 41 seconds.
42 seconds.
if you could play it
Play it again.
in a slower version, 13, 39, go up to 40, 42,
And it goes to 35.
and then it goes to 35. 45, 36. Thank you.
No,
Yes,
45, 35.
okay. Goes to 13, 45, 30. Thirty-six. 36. So, with the skipping of the camera, is the council accurate, therefore, to say that that clip is a true reflection of the events that took place or the activities that took place on 2nd November 2023 at Katanga residence with regard to your entering and exiting the home?
Oh my God.
You did. You did.
We watch it.
Yes. You did. You can put the photo.
One of the house until 46. Where she is like talking to.
Actually, it is from there that we see them now. Eventually continue to see dents being set up. Yeah. So that is the clip we
The
play.
clip inside of 1347, which is
You're not understanding the context.
about the
For your version, she's still in the house. She's not even now. She's still in the house. From your own evidence, the thing is skipped.
this one is 1345. But we have
Okay.
1347.
May I continue? My Lord, I'm now going to my next point of so finally, Miss Bibiana, on this point, Miss Bibiana, final on this point, you as attest to the accuracy of the timings in this camera. You as Bibiana attest to the accuracy of the timings in these cameras.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. I also asked two questions also relating to the blood pattern report. And you said you had not seen this report. Oh, yes, I am done. Thank you. Um, we have some.
Go on.
You were asked questions about the blood pattern report, and you said that you had not seen that report, and also that that report had been handed over to the DPP, probably by your supervisors. Other than your supervisors, who else could have submitted this report to the DPP?
My lord,
Please respond.
would have been submitted my co-investigator, latest, because most of the reports that came in after the accused persons had been charged were picked by him, submitted to him.
Right. Um, you also asked in relation to that same report. Um, the analyst had indicated in the report that there were violent movements. You know what the analyst meant when he said that there were violent movements in his report.
No, my lord, I don't know what he meant by violent movement. His report.
You were also asked a question relating to the court order that was issued in respect to your investigations for Umeme, and that when that report, when the order
omukugu akaba n'amanyisa yayitegereze omusaahi ogwali gulubatisemu ekiyagambire nti hakabamu okulubata kw'amaanyi rundi okulwana omu kisiiko omwo. Okutemulwa kwa ekihandiiko ekyakozerwe olukalo lw'amateeka ekitaba kiina kubaikiriza kwihayo akuuma kakubala amasanyalazi batateekemu habwokuba amazima gali bateekamu buli kintu kyona mu bihandiiko bino, kandi nekintu ekikulu nti hali bakitemuliire uwe akaba amaze era akora ekihandiiko kye akihaireyo omusango gusobole kuba negutandika kubulirizibwa. Obubaikire ekicweka ekyo omu maka ago ga Omnyoro Katanga omu kisiika kye hakabamu ekihandiiko eky'okutunda ekimu ha kyombeke ky'amaanyi ekimu ha byombeke by'amaanyi ebibaina biteirwe baraboneka bateirwe ha meeza kurungi nosobola kugiroora kandi habaruho eno mukyara Mole we akaba ateire omukono gwe omu bigufu kandi omugenzi akaba talina hali ateire omukono gwe kyayoleka nti omuligo gwe kaba ateirwe ha meeza kaba nikyoleka nti kibaire eri ensonga ekubazibwaho mu busumi obutabaire bwahara kandi ateireho omukono batekereza ngu kino kisakuba kibaire kimu hali ensonga ezikwasize Mole Kiniga yamaliriza ayisire omugenzi. Enyuma haho omunyamateeka omu akatoleka nti kikusoboka omuntu kuruga mu bicweka byona baitu amazima gali nti atatwolekye ekicweka kyenyini ekikaguzibwaho omusango guno baitu kandi kisobokere gonze n'akataito omuntu kwerasira ha buraira nk'obwo asobora kwerasa nk'omugenzi nk'oku yarasirwe.
My Lord, that is, my Lord, we did not. Thank you for coming. And it is still in the court.
I will miss him.
Thank you, Ms. Viviana. A fresh witness for today, and we are therefore seeking an adjournment to bring a new witness on the next date available.
My Lord, we, in terms of numbers, could be between 2 and 3, but certainly not beyond 4. Yeah.
How much time do you need? Because I'm going to.
You see, my Lord.
Yeah.
And then you also leave. I'm going to leave next week. But if you can close in one session, I can defer my leave. So I have 4 clear days.
My Lord, when
And
you
we had a proposal.
Okay. We had the.
Yeah. My Lord, the proposal that we have, if we can be regulated, we would have closed a long time. But we need the witness in a day, and it takes 5 weeks to be done in cross-examination. Normally, we are regulated, even when you have 1,000 questions, you have to go for the meat. You don't have to be all over. So, my Lord, if we can agree that, because the rest of the witnesses, we don't intend to lead them beyond a day. So if we can lead our witness in a day, and the cross-examination takes at most a day, then we will be sure to be done with our case, at least before the year closes. So the challenge that we are having is the endless, lengthy cross-examination.
And for that reason, my Lord, we cannot say for certain that even if we traded our days for leave, that it will be worthwhile.
I'm willing to defer to my leave. So next week, I'm supposed to go and leave next week. Leave Monday, Tuesday, and then Monday and Tuesday, I will then report and I will prepare. But let's see how far we can go on those four. Witnesses are not so lengthy. Let us regulate our witnesses will regulate us. But of course, somebody case and they feel that they asking what it is. So we do 2 days next week and 2 days with the week after. Because the information already indicated that in December, they are like December myself from 8th until the year end, even in January, I will report when they close. Let's see what we can achieve next week.
My Lord, your plan for January is?
Now we are going to feel about it.
Even us,
Even us.
we will stretch to
So if we try to close this in those 4 days and at most an extra day, try to finish it. So this matter is adjourned to next Monday, it will be 8, 9, 10,
Monday,
10, 10,
Monday,
10.
yeah, Monday.
No, my Lord, we had already put other things, but since
When
you're
you
forfeiting, we shall.
indicated that you would be on leave, we had already fixed.
I reflected on going on leave and leaving this matter, and as you can imagine, we all want to come to the end of this.
Yeah. Okay, my Lord.
So
It's okay,
we'll
my Lord.
resume
Yeah,
on
my
10th,
Lord.
Yes, my
10th
Lord.
and 11th, and then the week after the 2 days, and let's see where that goes.
So if we can use those 2 days for one witness, then we could also, if they have undertaken, we could use those 2 days for one witness, then the other witness.
No, no. So the other reports, you are not ready.
Yeah, we're not ready. So you see, we are most obliged.